In today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 popular neighborhoods here in Baton Rouge. And they're popular for different reasons. There is no one size fits all when it comes to picking a neighborhood. So when we talk about all these different neighborhoods, I want you to get an idea if it fits your particular lifestyle. And more importantly, is it close to work or is it close to where I want to be? And if you're new here, my name is Shawn G. I'm a realtor here in the greater Baton Rouge area. And I absolutely love helping people relocate here to the greater Baton Rouge area. So if you are looking to buy or sell in the greater Baton Rouge area, feel free to reach out. All of my contact information is going to be in the description down below. With that said, let's go ahead and jump into these 5 different neighborhoods. And for the first neighborhood, we're going to kick it off with Shenandoah.
All right, also welcome to Shenandoah.
Shenandoah is an area southeast of Baton Rouge located in what is now considered part of the city of St. George. We're going to be looking at more specifically Shenandoah Estates, which is one of, if not the biggest subdivision in the Baton Rouge area.
Now, a couple of defining things about this neighborhood. First thing that I want to point out is that there are sidewalks everywhere. So it makes this area extremely walkable. And honestly, as I'm driving around, a lot of people take a lot of pride and take really good care of their yards. And as you can see behind me, the neighborhood also has a ton of trees, which that is something that I really like about these Baton Rouge neighborhoods, is that we love our trees. The greenery is really nice.
With Shenandoah being such a large neighborhood, you are going to see a wide variety of different homes, most of these homes being built in the 70s and 80s. And folks like Shenandoah because they do find more affordable homes here. You do get more bang for your buck. You'll see some homes around the 200 mark, but you'll also see some larger homes that are around the $400,000 and $500,000 mark as well.
Now, as soon as you find yourself through the neighborhood, right through the entrance, you're gonna find yourself at one of the best amenities here in Shenandoah, and that is the Southern Oaks Athletic Club. This is an athletic club that is right here in the neighborhood. They have tennis courts, they also have a pool, and of course, it's a gym, so they have tons of different activities and they hold different events throughout the year as well. Right now, I'm at Antioch Boulevard Park, and not even just for Shenandoah, but in the city of Baton Rouge, they really prioritize parks, which I love because I think it contributes to quality of life. But this is just a really nice and pretty area right in the middle of a neighborhood. Now in the Shenandoah area, you also have another beautiful subdivision right connected, and this one is called Green Trails. Now this neighborhood, you're gonna see a lot more larger homes, and you're also gonna see newer homes because this is a newer subdivision, and the home prices here are generally a little bit more pricey. You're gonna see many in the 400, 500, and 6 range. And this neighborhood is very pretty. I'm sitting out on a nice bench. It's a very quiet day. It's just a really peaceful and nice setting.
For the next neighborhood, we have Sherwood and Broadmoor.
So this is Sherwood Forest. Now, this is a popular neighborhood here in Baton Rouge for a couple of reasons. One of the biggest reasons, if you can't tell from looking at some of the homes, your dollar stretches a little bit farther out here. So you usually are gonna see ranch style homes here, and you're gonna see homes that are on bigger lots. And not only that, but as you can see, like some of the other neighborhoods we've talked about, the neighborhood is really pretty. They have lots of really great trees that are adorned right through the middle and the median. It's nice and walkable. We have these nice sidewalks that are all the way throughout the neighborhood.
Now, Sherwood and Broadmoor are east of Baton Rouge, and it's actually located in a pretty prime location that's between Baton Rouge and Denham Springs. And this is where Broadmoor and Sherwood Forest are located. Broadmoor is to the west and Sherwood Forest is to the east. So if you're somebody that works in the Denham Springs area and you want to live in Baton Rouge, this could be a good compromise to keep your commute shorter. Now, with the location of Sherwood and Broadmoor, you're actually not too far far off from Florida Boulevard, which is a pretty important street here in Baton Rouge. And up and down Florida, you're gonna see lots of different stores. Some of them are a little bit more niche stores. You're gonna see some more industrial stores depending on what part of Florida you're on. When you're looking in the neighborhood of Sherwood, there's actually a pretty popular middle school there called Sherwood Middle Academic Magnet School. Audubon Elementary is also in the Sherwood Forest neighborhood. Now, as far as home prices, a lot of home prices in the Sherwood Broadmoor area are around the mid 200s. And up and down this neighborhood, like I said, a lot of the homes were built around the 80s. So there are actually a decent amount here that have been renovated and flipped. So we're gonna actually tour one of the listings that are here in the Broadmoor area. As soon as you enter, you have this little section where you can see that they opened it up a good bit. So we have the dining room right over here, and connected, you have a really nice and large living area, all these windows in the back, and you get a ton of natural light, which is a huge positive. Now this house is split. So on this side, you do have the primary bed. And on the other side of the house, you do have the extra bedrooms. Also on this side of the house, you do have the kitchen. They also have these stone countertops, which I think give a really nice touch to the area. But really, a lot of the homes in the Sherwood Broadmoor area, you're gonna see with this similar kind of layout. It's not like super cookie cutter or anything like that. These style of homes are extremely popular, and you're mostly gonna run into single family homes. For the next neighborhood, we have Mid-City and the Garden District. So if you've been keeping up with the channel, I've talked about Mid-City and the Garden District a lot. This is the more artsy, more eclectic part of town. You're gonna see more murals here. And this is one of the older parts of town. So you're gonna notice it is a bit more walkable. And with the location, you're mostly gonna see a lot of the neighborhoods up and down Government Street. You have neighborhoods like Capitol Heights, Ogden Park. While Mid-City and the Garden District are in the same general area, you're gonna notice that in the Garden District, you're gonna find garden style homes. And if you drive down there, you're gonna see these beautiful live oak, and they're really mature live oak, so they just adorn the median right in the middle. If you go down Park Boulevard, it's an absolutely gorgeous area, and you're going to see lots of the older style homes here, craftsman style bungalows, cottage, but they even have some new luxury built homes that are made in the older style as well. Since this area is one of the more older parts of Baton Rouge, you have to decide if you want to live in possibly an older home. But this is one of the few areas in Baton Rouge where you're gonna find pier and beam homes. And there are slab homes, but it is very common to find a pier and beam home. And you're gonna see lots of homes built in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And as far as prices go, if you're looking for a typical 3-bed, 2-bath, you're gonna see lots of homes that, if they're moderately updated, they're gonna be at least $300,000. Roseland Terrace, which is in the Garden District, is gonna be priced a little bit higher in the mid-3s. Now, like I mentioned, you're by a lot of different restaurants. I think Mid-City has some of the best restaurants in the city. You have places like Elsie's Plate and Pie, Simple Joe, you get some really good breakfast there. Roca Pizzeria, which has some of my favorite pizza, and Curbside, which has amazing burgers. And hence the name, the location of Mid-City also gets you to lots of different parts of Baton Rouge. You're literally right in the middle of the city, so you can easily reach North Baton Rouge or go farther south. You're about 10 minutes to LSU. You're about 5 minutes, 10 minutes to downtown. So as far as the big amenities to the city, you're right in the middle of it. For the next neighborhood, we're going to be talking about Southdowns. Like Mid-City, Baton Rouge, and the Garden District, Southdowns is one of the older neighborhoods here in Baton Rouge. So you are going to be seeing homes that are pier and beam style. You're also going to find smaller homes like 2-bed, 1-baths, and larger homes, 3 beds, 4 beds as well. Southdowns is at the corner of Perkins and Stanford. Perkins Road takes you to so many different parts of the city. And you're also right by the overpass, which is a really nice spot for restaurants and hanging out. Some of my favorite restaurants in this area are Chow Yum and the Overpass Merchant. They also have Gale's Ice Cream, which is delicious. And if you're looking to shop and do groceries, we do have a Trader Joe's, which is actually the only Trader Joe's we have here in Baton Rouge. And you also have one of my favorite spots, which is La Divina. It's an Italian cafe, which is pretty awesome to have here in Baton Rouge, and they make an amazing affogato. And if you're looking for things to do around Southdowns, besides all the shopping and food options, you're right by LSU, you're right by the lakes, which is a really popular running trail. And one of my favorite things about Southdowns is they have their own parade. So if you're moving here from out of state, you haven't experienced Mardi Gras, well, you might not have to go too far. Now, as far as home prices here, this area does tend to be a little bit more pricey. With the median sales prices in this area, you're going to be around $365. And actually right next door to Southdowns is a new development called Rouzan. Now, Rouzan is a brand new construction community, and thankfully a lot of the home styles in this area have been built in the traditional style, so it does match some of the style that they do have in Southdowns. And this is considered more of a luxury community here in Baton Rouge, so you're gonna see homes in the 600, 700,000 price range and up. You're also right by Sprouts, which is a grocery store here in Baton Rouge, and they're also developing a library between Rouzan and Southdowns. So if you really, really like this area, you like the proximity to LSU, but you want something new and updated, well, Rouzan will probably be your best bet. For our next neighborhood, we have Bocage. Now, Bocage is located in the Mid-City South area. Some prominent streets you're going to notice are Jefferson Highway and Corporate Boulevard. And kind of like the name of Corporate Boulevard, you're going to see lots of corporate offices here. As you can see, they have a pretty large and newer Republic Finance building right over here. So tons of workers there. You can kind of see it from above the bushes. They have a Farm Bureau office right over here. And all around here, besides the shops and besides the restaurants, they also have different smaller living spaces. They have condos, apartments, and they have some apartments right over down here. And they're even selling some land. So lots and lots of opportunity here, and they're still developing. And with that, this is also one of the more higher end and higher price neighborhoods to live in. Two really prominent neighborhoods that are in this area are Bocage Lake, which is a gated community off of Corporate Boulevard, and Jefferson Place. These are both very gorgeous neighborhoods. I will say in Jefferson Place, which is off of Jefferson Highway, you're gonna notice that a lot of the homes here are on these really huge lots. In both of these neighborhoods, their latest median sales price ranges from around $900,000 to over $1 million. And these are both absolutely gorgeous neighborhoods, and you're right by some of my favorite spots. Right around Jefferson, you have Calvin's Market, which is a very popular market here in Baton Rouge. Their chicken salad is probably one you need to try. Now look, I don't necessarily like chicken salad, but I'll fight somebody for some Calvin's. I'm sorry, I promise I won't. Also, a really big part of the Bocage area is Town Center.
All right, so we are at Town Center, which is one of the premier shopping areas here in Baton Rouge. And as you can see, all the shops are outside. And depending on what you're looking for in your shopping experience, they have a little bit for everyone. They have a Nike store, they have Whole Foods, which I would say is kind of like the anchor of this area. They also have Banana Republic, they have a Gap. And for my people that like to stay fit, they even have an Orange Theory. They have a good bit of shopping. They have some great restaurants, lots of greenery, lots of trees. They added some benches, makes it easier to walk and more enjoyable to walk as well.
And with all the food options, this area can get a little bit more busy around lunch because we got a Cava, we got a Five Guys. So if you're looking for a more luxurious place to live in Baton Rouge, but you don't want to be too far out from the middle of the city, Bocage in this general area will be an incredible option. Well, y'all, those are 5 popular options here in Baton Rouge. Each of these different neighborhoods offer something to somebody, whether it's affordability, whether it's location, whether it's the amenities, depending on what you're looking for in a home and depending on what you're looking for as far as a place to live, I would definitely consider these. But there are so many other neighborhoods and areas you can consider as well. So if you wanted to know any more information about these neighborhoods or maybe a different neighborhood in Baton Rouge, feel free to contact me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.